here we go. Welcome back to another episode of A Day in the Life. And it is our last episode for at least a week and a half because I'm going on holiday. Actually, by the time you see this, I'm probably lying on a beach in the Dominican Republic. You can be jealous. That's fine with me. But I will be drinking a mojito on a beach as you're watching this. Now, before I go away, we got to sweat a little bit because it's unlimited weekend time. Now, if you watched my video last week, you will know we basically lagged out of 3 games and then had to go 4-0 to get that championship ring, which we did. Technically, in games we've actually played, we haven't lost a game of Unlimited yet this year. Now, I'm still running kind of a budget-y squad. If you watch my videos over the last 2 days, you'll see that we got Devin Booker without spending any money, and then we were really cooking with him. So he's leveled up our squad. We also got all the other cards that came from that collection. I don't really know who I'm going to use from that set, but I'm probably going to use Amare Stoudemire and continue to use Darryl Dawkins, who's one of my favorite cards in the game. The best 20k you could spend in this game right now, if I'm being honest. But I know the cards that have dropped. I know T-Max out there. I know Scottie Pippen's out there. I know Derrick Rose is out there. This squad, even though it's better than the squad we had last week, and we have improved it a bit with cards like Devin Booker, I know the power creep just happened. So it's going to be tough. I'm expecting to lose some games, but the important thing is we get those 4 wins so I can get out of it. I'm not going to be able to get my ring next week, so I need to at least get the first 2. We've got last week's. Let's see if we can get this week's. Let's see if the squad can do it. I've got a feeling it's not going to be an easy run. Like if you're enjoying the video, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. So we load into our first game and immediately, guys, we match up with Irving, McGrady, like Tatum, one of the best possible squads in the game. We traded buckets early on. It was a tentative start, but then we started greeting with Devin Booker. We were going to have to heavily rely on Devin Booker if we were to stand a chance in this game. We've got Sapphires on the floor. He's got T-Mac on the floor, and it became shot for shot, really, Booker versus T-Mac. I think Booker's the better card. We'll find out by who wins at the end of the day. David Wesley gets an and 1 here. Really underrated card, but his T-Mac continued to do work. It turned out my opponent had a good squad on the bench as well, as he had D Rose. It was really difficult to stop on the inside. Both him and Kyrie, actually, just seemed to score at will on the inside. We weren't going to close our eyes and run to the rim. We were still going to continue to try and get open and get good looks. But we gave up a wide open corner 3. We ended up going into the half only 1 point up. We got first blood in the second half as Kobe knocks down a 3 and then gets inside to jam it down. Now, this is where the frustration started to kick in a little bit. You can see there we gave away free throws. One of those was early. We're not getting blessed in the same way though, so we got to make our shots as we did with Desmond Bane. David Wesley gets a steal and feeds Amare Stoudemire on the inside. And Amare was really good. One of the best rim running cards in the game. As you can see, he jams that one down to put us up by 11, but my opponent responds immediately with a 3 and again goes back to his tactic of closing his eyes and running to the rim. But you can see, guys, we just cannot get an animation to go our way. We are having to work way harder than our opponent as we knock down a 3 here with Steph after a really good user steal. We go into the final quarter 6 points up, but I feel like we're having to play against the game as much as our opponent right now. And you can see straight away he hits a slightly late, hits another slightly late. It just seems whatever he wants to do. His player just went up on my whole team there. No one tried to contest it. We then get a shocking animation from Nate Thurman and missed the free throw. We needed the momentum to change, and it finally did. If that momentum hadn't shifted, there's just no scenario where we could have beaten this God squad and the game. Unfortunately, he continued to get blessed as he closed his eyes and run the rim again. Kyrie puts up a free throw. It's a late, but it goes in. This guy's still in a position where he can do no wrong. Stoudemire then jams it down to get us to a 6-point lead, but we're just trading buckets on the inside now. Stoudemire is really good, by the way. I highly recommend picking him up. He did a fantastic job for us. Nate Thurman in the end dunks it down to put us up by 8. A midi from Devin Booker, and we have beaten this God squad. This is a really good way to start this run, guys. Okay, that's a good start, guys. That's a very good start. That was a very tough game. What a lineup to get in your first matchup. I mean, I knew that we'd run into some really good cards. I thought we'd run into a Pippen here and there or a Rose here and there. I didn't think we'd run into all of them at once in our first game. But we got the win. The squad held up, guys. We had Sapphires on the floor. We had Darryl Dawkins. We had Steph Curry. Defensively, we definitely felt like we were a little bit underpowered compared to his team. It was really hard just to get a stop at all at some points. I don't know if it was momentum or it was a team I was using. Probably both. But offensively, we just kept up what we needed to do and made sure we won the game. That's a good start. Hopefully, that's the last God squad we see today. I don't know, guys. We're about to find out. So it's round 2, and guys, it happens again. We get an absolute God squad. This guy's squad is even better than the last guy. We have to play well here. We get open with Booker early on, but we need to play out of our skin to get this victory. We're playing some good bully ball inside through Thurmond and Giannis, and we knocked down a free throw from a transition foul. And after building an 8-point lead, we know what to expect of this Irving and T-Back. They brought him straight back into the game. They were getting on the inside, seemingly scoring at will, to be honest. It didn't seem like there was much we could do about it. But we got open for a 3 with Kobe. We were trying to keep the pressure on and try and keep that lead. We gave up a wide open 3 in the corner, and we ended the first quarter 1 point up in a really tough game. Now in the second quarter, we came out trading bucket for bucket. Kobe with a nice jam there, but we started to miss shots that we just don't miss. A really bad miss from Kobe there, and Dawkins seemingly misses a wide open layup. He does make up for it by jamming down on the next possession, but we give up a 3 to that Series 1 lock-in Banchero in the corner. Now we are just trading buckets. We're just about staying ahead, but that Kyrie's so difficult to stop on the inside. A big contested 3 from Steph. We go into the third quarter up by 3, but this game was by no means done. We were fighting hard to stay ahead in this game. My opponent came out in the third and got straight to work on the inside. My defense just couldn't cut it on the inside. He was making some ugly buckets, to be honest. We give up 3 throws, which he knocks down both of to put him up now by 3. We were up by 3, and you can see again, just bad animations. They're starting to kick in. Giannis getting pushed out of bounds. My players are now refusing to even go up for boards. My opponent kept hitting some decent shots, to be honest, but you can see here, shots that we've just made time and time again, we couldn't. And even a highlight reel block from Dawkins didn't matter, as we gave up another 3 immediately afterwards. We were now down by 10. We had to make this shot from Kobe just to stand a chance. And if my players don't start playing some form of defense on the inside or getting a board or anything, how do we win this game? We kept trying to stay in the game. It went bucket for bucket again before he went up with his eyes closed, got a couple more free throws, knocked them both down. We were still trying, but again, guys, just shots that we make just weren't going in. We got a little bit lucky in the end to get a couple of free throws just before the fourth, which closed the game to just 7 points. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't feel confident. I felt like this game is already over. I felt like things just weren't going our way and we were just struggling. I prepared myself for a pretty miserable fourth quarter and it started out that way, but then maybe our luck had started to change because our opponent gave up a 3-point foul. And then I cannot believe what happened. I'm not sure if Devin Booker's green window has just completely disappeared, but with all the early and late free throws hit in this game, we missed all 3 of them. Our opponent put the nail in the coffin by dunking at the other end to take the lead to 11, but then something felt like it was about to change. Booker knocked down a 3. Kobe followed it up immediately with another 3. Now my opponent came back with the Marcus Aldridge from the 3-point line, but suddenly Kobe again with another fade. Why are we cooking all of a sudden? Giannis with an incredible stop. Now we're running in transition. I could see Kobe open. We do brick this 3. It is a slightly, but it goes in. Guys, it's a 2-point game. He gets a tough shot in at the other end to take it back to 4, but we're not letting up. And suddenly, we've not only got 3-point shooting, but we've got interior defense. We send it on the inside for the safe bucket with Giannis, and the game is tied. And with 20 seconds to go, my opponent's mashing finally gets punished as he gives up a 3-second violation. We send a cut to Kobe, who takes us up by 2. My opponent equalizes with 4 seconds left. We send a full court to Nate Thurmond, who dunks it down. 1.8 seconds left in the game. 2 minutes ago, we were down by 11. We get a steal to end the game. And somehow we've come back and beaten our second God Squad in a row. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty proud of myself. Actually, let me rephrase that. I'm feeling really smug right now. Let me tell you why. Because every time I've posted a video saying you don't need a God Squad to compete, there is someone in the comments on Twitter with an agenda saying you have to have the best cards in the game to compete. Do you really? I challenge anyone that's just watched those 2 games. I challenge you right now. Go in the comments and tell me you need a God Squad to play this game. Do it. I dare you. That was an incredible comeback. It wasn't easy, guys. I'll be really honest. The squad wasn't quite there to make that easy. It could have been easier. That's the difference it makes. Having a weaker squad means it's going to be tougher. It doesn't mean it's going to be impossible. And we were down and out in that game. And somehow things just came together at the right time. And I cannot believe we won it. Honestly, I can't believe we won it. When I missed those 3 free throws with Booker, I was raging. At that point, I was literally just sitting here miserable going, am I even playing this game or is the game just playing itself and I'm just a spectator? But we were given 2 minutes. We were given exactly 2 minutes where that momentum wasn't against us and it was on our side. And we won the game. We won the game. Sometimes that's all it comes down to, guys. 2 God Squads back to back. I am praying for an easier matchup, but I've got a feeling it ain't about to happen. So into our third game, and surprise, surprise, despite the fact that this guy seems to be new to the game, he's got free agent LeBron, he's also got Kyrie. A big jam from Booker early on to start off the game, and then he knocks down a three. We're making light work of this one. My opponent does hit a decent mid-range. I thought I would show that as well. But he was boxed. He had to get out of there. I'm really glad he quit. We needed one. We needed a quit, guys. After those last two games, we just needed a breather. We're glad to get in and out of that game as quickly as possible. Super glad for that easy game, guys. We're now 3-0. We just need one more win. We need one more win. I'm really glad that was an easy game. We needed that easy game. Those first two really took it out of me, so I'm glad we got an easy game in, but we are 3-0. We are one win from finishing this. I'm one win from my last game before I go on holiday. I really want to win this game so I don't have to play another one. I'll be really honest with you. I don't want another God Squad. I really, really don't want another God Squad. Let's see what we get. So our fourth game, this is to go for a perfect championship run in Unlimited, and we finally get a decent squad comparable to ours. We hit a 3 straight away with Devin Booker. We're not wasting time. We follow it up with another deep 3 from Booker. We want to get in and out of this game as quickly as possible. Booker again with another deep 3. Now, I think I got a little bit complacent, a little bit tired, but we started to let our opponent in a little bit, so we had to focus up, sort that out. A big 3 from Steph. Giannis goes on the inside for a big jam, and that, guys, is the end of that game and the end of the run. We have gone 4-0 in Unlimited, beating 2 God Squads and 3 Kyrie Irvings. So there it is, guys. We kind of went 4-0 last week as well. We had the 3 lags and then won 4 games in a row. We've now won 4 games in a row again, but this week was much, much tougher. Some of those new cards are really good. That T-Mac in particular is fantastic, but my Booker held it down. I think he still holds position as the best card in the game, if I'm being honest. But the run was a lot of fun. We had some challenging games. That second game is what I'll remember for a long, long time. One of the best comebacks I've ever had in this game. And a couple of easy wins to see it out in the end. But guys, that's it. That's our championship ring secured. And that means I can go on holiday now. I'm going to be away for 10 days, guys. I want to say a big, big thank you to everyone who supported this series. I know the numbers are going up. I know a lot of people are enjoying this series. I really, really appreciate you. I just need to get away for a bit. When I get back, I'll be straight back on the series. I might be trash then. Might be doing a video where I'm going 0-4 because my squad's so outdated. I don't know what's going to happen, but I need a break. But most importantly, guys, most importantly, thank you. I really appreciate the support. I know what you're doing here, and we're going to continue to build when I get back. And hopefully, we can really be somewhere by the end of this year. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.